Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim. This beautiful guy right here is Zombie Kenny. Over to the side of me is the beautiful and wonderfully talented Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is Dan Kelly, our live and in charge from Instagram. And right next to him is the man behind Heroes Corner Comics, Louie. This is Codex After Dark. And yes, I assure you, we are open. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful show for you tonight. We're going to do polls. We're going to talk comic books. We're going to talk Heroes Corners comics specifically, and we're going to talk the ins and outs of local comic shops. But before we do that, don't forget to find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and that is where we will be. We have a website. It is called thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. We've got merchandise on there, so go ahead and get yourself some sweet merch. Also, if you like this long form content, all you got to do is hit the like, share, follow, subscribe. So that way the YouTube gods and the Twitch demigods know that we deserve to be shown to other people just like you. Sal, you are on YouTube. Why don't you tell people where they can find you when you're not here with us?
Awesome. As Dan is holding up right there, you can find me on Sal's Comic Corner on YouTube and under Instagram, the Slab Guy 77. Bam.
There you go. And Dan, when you are not in charge with the spinner racks and telling people to meet you there at the watering hole, what can you do for them and where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. Search hashtag Dan Kelly Art. I post a few times a week, art and music, like this Joker that I posted a while ago. And I've actually got a blank Joker cover that I will be doing something with eventually at some point. So go check it out. Like he said, like, share, and subscribe. I'm almost at 500 followers, and when I hit 500, I will give somebody a free commission.
There you go. And live from Heroes Corner Comics sub basement in the Hell in a Cell, Hell's Kitchen, we have Louie himself. Louie, how are you doing tonight, and where can people go to check out some awesomeness?
I'm doing pretty awesome, and I hope you guys are all having a great day, and I hope 2023 treats you all well. This is our podcast broadcast version, happening. So thanks for having us.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to have you on here.
So you can find us at our heroescornercomics.com website. Also, if you're on Facebook, our Heroes Corner Comics Insiders group, where we post all of our new stuff early every week. So like tomorrow, Sunday, you will find next week's books, like up for grabs, all of our extras that, weren't for subscribers and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a thing. So check it out.
There you go. Sal, before we get into showing off some awesome books and talking about local comic shops and Heroes Corner Comics exclusively, and those too, what can people do when they use the keyword Codex at Heroes Corner Comics?
Yes. So if you go to heroescornerscomics.com and you do there and you're looking at slabs, you're looking at back issues, looking at exclusives, and you put it all in the cart, use the coupon code called Codex. Hello. Warning. If you use the code CODEX, CODEX, with no hyphen, you'll save 20% on that order.
That's fantastic. But you know what?
Technical issue.
Well, while he's doing that, let's have Jamie use his sultry and beautiful voice to tell us and show us exactly what to do.
Hit us, Jamie.
Everyone, if you're anything like me, you love comics, but you also love a good deal. And our friends over at Heroes Corner Comics have just the deal for you. From exclusives to back issues, graded slabs, current issues, and even set up a subscription with them. And all you have to do is use the keyword CODEX at checkout. That's CODEX, and you will save 20% store-wide. So don't miss out.
That's right. Don't miss out. 20% store-wide. All you got to do is use the keyword Codex at checkout. Louis,
so
if
you saw me spazzing out a second ago, is because I had these stashed away, but they were just sort of out of reach. Basically, we set up on the site a Codex bundle pack where you get 3 Heroes Corner Comics books for $30. These are only
nice.
$15 a piece, and these bundles do kind of vary, but here's a sample.
Well, give
So
me
this
1
one-
second. Let me switch you on over there so people
on.
can get a good look at
Yeah.
it.
There you
So
go.
this one is Soulfire the Core. This is the Luis Bravo variant. It was a print run of 200. And by print run, I do mean that's how many we bought as a
Wow.
store. That doesn't include how many extras like they might have run at like the publisher and like those guys to distribute out amongst themselves, but that's how many we received. Up next, this one is personally one of my favorites, Department of Truth number 12. This is the Gordon Demir wraparound variant. This one does have a comic clear backboard, so this is bagged and boarded, but the backboard is clear, so you can actually see the whole wraparound.
That is wonderful.
I got that in my mystery box. Yep.
And this one is from my brother Manu Silva down in Brazil, and it's kind of hard to see, but it's an homage to Wolverine #1, the Frank Miller, but it's Ice Cream Man number 28, and it's honestly a pretty dope cover.
That is great.
Yep. 2 of those books were in my mystery box, which is awesome.
So that is one of those. And then actually here's another sample pack.
Oh, is this another Codex bundle?
Yes.
All right. Give me 1 second. Let me put
Codex
you back on the
bundle
spotlight.
Each Codex bundle will contain 3 Heroes Corner Comics exclusives. Which 3 they are depends on how I'm feeling at the time, honestly. So like this one is Bloodstained Teeth #1. This was a vampire book where the vampire is first. Honestly, it's a great read.
Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised more people aren't reading this, but it's on my pull list. And so it's basically about a firstborn vampire that is being told by the firstborn council that if he doesn't kill off all his sips, which are like the vampires, like the humans he turns, within a month, they will kill him.
Aren't all the humans that he turned like influencers and stuff like that?
Basically, like they have to sign a contract with him to pay them 10% of their earnings for the rest of their immortal lives.
Yeah.
So yes, a lot of them are like influencers or like just honestly, they're just random people. Like some of them has just been like just random homeless people that didn't turn their lives around.
The colors in that book are really awesome.
No, it's really great. And this one is Ivan Tao. He's our brother from Indonesia.
Nice.
This one is a Garrett Gunn book. It's Little Red Ronin. We also did a couple other like versions of this one, but this one's the regular version. And then this one's also another Gorkon Demir version cover. It's Step by Bloody Step. This one was a Image limited edition. It's a 5 book run, and with this one, it's an art only series. So like, there's no words.
Wow.
Like, the entire story is told with just like visuals.
That's wonderful.
It's kind of it's a pretty cool concept in my opinion. And I read because there's no words, the whole thing, and it was a pretty cool story.
That's nice. That's nice. Well, all right, guys, you saw it here first. That is the Codex bundle exclusively on heroescornercomics.com. Remember, all you got to do is use the keyword Codex at checkout to save 20%. I'm buying my bundle next week when I get paid. I hope you guys are too.
And I'm pretty sure that the Codex code should work for the Codex bundle.
Oh, there you go. So save even more, guys.
Because like sometimes the codes don't actually work for like if you go to the buy one and get one free, it won't work with the code because like that's part of the website thing and like their stuff. But like the Codex bundle is just like a normal item, so like it should work with the code.
That's perfect.
If it doesn't, let me know and I'll take care of it.
There you go. You heard it here, guys. Once again, use keyword Codex for 20% off on heroescornercomics.com. Now, Dan, without further ado, why don't you go ahead and get us started on some polls?
All right. Well, I don't have a whole lot this week because, times are tough. But I got 6 books here. So
That time of year.
Yeah. That time of year is every time of year for me.
Every day.
Yeah.
Dude, do
And
you know how
here
hard it is not to order everything I want to read?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the final issue of issue 5 of the Namor Conquered Shores.
Okay.
I wish that so took off more.
The new issue 132 of Batman, which has been really awesome
Beautiful.
since Zdarsky took over.
Nice.
The Lazarus Planet Next Evolution. I think this is the last of the Lazarus Planet books.
Okay.
Isn't it?
I think
I'm
so.
not sure. I believe
pretty
that's
sure.
the last of them.
Do you have a book of the week this week, Dan?
Yeah, it's going to be my last one.
Got it. Okay.
The new issue of Flash, number 792 for the 1 Minute War, which has been a pretty cool storyline so far.
I want to get into that so bad. I just have to be very picky about what I get.
Yeah, well, Flash has been overall, one of my favorite books that comes out each month. It's been really good.
Yeah.
As has this, the new issue Daredevil number 8.
Yeah.
And this is kind of to really get the full story. If you see the art,
Yeah.
it's Daredevil and Punisher. So you really need to be reading Daredevil and Punisher because the books are getting to the point where they're getting ready to collide.
Nice.
And then this is my pick of the week, the new issue of this Joker, number 5. The The Man Who Stopped Laughing?
Yep.
Nice.
The story of this has really been really cool. If you don't know, it's been basically about there's essentially 2 Jokers, and each one says that the other one is not real, is the fake one.
Yeah.
And it's each issue they're kind of getting closer to.
It's so suspenseful.
Yeah, they're kind
It's
of
been really good.
Yeah, it's been great. They're doing their own thing, and you could see a case for why each one could be the real Joker and why they couldn't be. And they're getting closer on a collision course to finally meeting down with each other. So,
a lot of books lately have been dumbed down so much that there's really no suspense to them. But that's been a really great series, an example of one that it really leaves you wondering what's going on.
Yeah,
That's
and the
awesome.
Joker book before that, the series that was going on before that was awesome too. It's called Joker, though it might as well have been called James Gordon. But that book was so good. It was one of my favorite books every month.
Nice.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Back when we actually didn't have all of our accounts and stuff, and we couldn't just order our own stuff. Batman was at least my only DC that was going on between Batman and Detective, and I'd follow up on those characters. And then all these different shops just started dropping the ball and just letting go, and that's kind of what eventually led us to just doing our own thing.
Right on.
Okay.
Well, before we get into that, Sal, why don't you go ahead and show us what you got for the week?
All right. And I'm going to start off with my book of the week. And
Ooh,
this is
okay.
going to be a new one that I picked up. This is Ronin Book 2 by Frank Miller.
Hell yeah.
This is a great book. It was a good read. It's all in black and white. And the artwork just kind of popped for me. It's just really pretty wicked, and it's all black and white, and it was just good. So pick this one up. That's my book of the week. It's called Ronin Book 2. So all right, let's get on with the rest of the stuff here.
Yeah, let's see
All
what
right.
you got.
All right, so Louis, I apologize, but you're going to see some dupes from yours that I've ordered also from you. But this is from my
That's
LCS.
beautiful.
Red Goblin.
Why would you
Nice.
apologize for showing off?
No, 'cause-
Don't apologize for giving him your money.
yeah,
Oh, man,
Red
that looks
Goblin.
good.
Yeah.
Let me
You're
know
like
if Bagley art comes up.
You're like
Oh.
Leonardo. You're like Leonardo DiCaprio right now, showing off your girlfriend.
Yeah. So I got the Lazarus Planet Next Evolution one, but with a Harley cover.
Ooh, that's nice.
I beat Dan to the shop that day, and this was the last issue cover of that, so he had to get the regular one.
Haha.
That's all right. I 99% of the time buy the A cover anyways.
So I got Batman 132, but I got the. Is this the B cover?
That is not the
no,
B cover.
it's not the B cover. This is like, oh my god, this is like the 5th. This is the 7th cover.
Yeah, that's
This is
nice.
cool, though.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
think the B cover is the Quesada cover, which I have.
cool. Yeah. I got the War College,
Ooh,
Bishop War College.
wow.
Look at the nice picture of Cyclops there in the front.
Yeah.
Picked up Amazing Spider-Man Planet of the Apes version.
Oh, wow.
It almost looks like Alex Ross type of artwork to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Are those
Cool
naked?
version of Spidey.
What's that?
Are those naked?
Naked?
Out of the bag and board?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. My shop doesn't do
Bro.
bag awards. Yeah,
Come
I know.
on, man.
I know.
Bro,
Next up is
What?
Venom 16.
how are you
Yeah.
not going to do bags and boards?
Because it costs money to them, and then they'll charge me more.
You
Yeah,
don't
me-
think
Me and Sal go to the same shop, so I can attest to that. They have bags and boards at the front counter you can buy, but they don't automatically do it.
do I ship bags and boards naked?
You do not. You ship them all bagged and board, fully clothed.
Exactly.
Amazing Spider-Man number 19.
I haven't read that yet. I've got that.
Black
sitting
Cat's a
over
worst state ever.
here. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. That's John Romita Jr. cover artwork.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Gold Goblin.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, this one more. This was another one I picked at the shop, and a little funny story with this. This is a variant
Oh.
Daredevil.
That's
That's
nice.
nice.
Number 8.
So I was looking at this issue. It's behind the counter up on the wall. The
Yeah.
shop owner, the shop guy was having an issue with the computer, which was right there. And I'm looking at it, and he's like looking at me going, Sal, what's up? I'm like, oh, I'm looking at the Daredevil issue behind you. Yeah. Stop it, Louis.
No, it's
So-
it's sad.
So I picked that up. It was pretty cool. Next mail call is this one, Amazing Spider-Man number 14.
Oh, that's
This is
nice.
the Ivan Tao variant.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that is my pool, but then I got some slabs to show. Should I show those now?
Yeah, go
Or
for it.
wait?
Didn't
Okay.
didn't you get that variant Flash?
I did not.
I thought that was it was the Daredevil variant you got off
It
the
was
wall.
it was a Daredevil variant.
Okay.
So I did my CBCS stuff because I had some books that needed to be
Did they
signature verified.
The ones you sent out, did they come back yet?
Yep.
Is that what those are?
Yep.
Oh,
it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
what's the
That's
grade
the,
on that, sir?
It's a 9.8. That's a 9.8,
Look
baby.
at that.
Signature verified, 9.8.
That's fast track.
Yeah, that was. So I did the unboxing video, and I kind of gave the turnaround times on that too. So here's the trade dress for that. Same,
Oh,
also signed.
Oh yeah.
And
the beautiful yellow label.
one more, that Dark Knight 3
I
Master
know.
Race, the
Look at
J. Scott
that.
Campbell.
Oh wow.
I just wish it meant the same.
Yeah. But I love that cover. It's just
Yeah.
awesome. I love J. Scott Campbell.
Oh yeah, me too.
And that is it, my friends. That's all I have for you tonight.
All right.
Louis has the rest of my stuff.
I do. You want to see it?
Yeah, of course
Well,
I do.
Hold that thought,
Hold
Louis.
that thought.
We'll let you show all that stuff here in just a minute. Let me
That's
get
right.
through-
You're going last. You're going
Yeah.
last, buddy.
Let me go
No.
ahead and get through mine real quick, and then
I
the
already have my
show is
own.
yours. Do what?
I don't even have my own.
Well, you got all Sal's, so that's okay.
That's enough.
That's all right. So, okay, I finally got pulls this week. Went to my LCS, and I'm back in the game, reading some new stuff, and I've got my pick of the week, and I'll get to that here in a second. But first off, we're going to go ahead and start with new stuff. Detective Comics number 1068.
Yep.
Very excited about that. I love the way that cover looks. Very noir type feel, and I'm pretty excited about that. This one was already shown, Batman 132. So yeah, he did discover that Batman is still going on. So that was in my pull list, along with the this is the B cover, Sal, the Quesada.
Oh,
Batman.
yeah, that's nice. I like that. That's
Yeah. And then I got the Art Germ cover, and I think this is the C cover, and it is. So that looks
nice.
gorgeous. Yeah, that
Art
was
Term
it.
does good work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is Batman One Bad Day Catwoman #1. Got that, and I'm very excited to read that. And my book of the week is Batman One Bad Day Bane #1, and I'll show that here in a minute. My book of the week was going to be Poison Ivy, but as soon as I read that Bane issue, I was like, nope, that's it right there. Daredevil #8. Got that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to read that. This one was already shown also, Amazing Spider-Man #19. So I'm excited for that one as well. I read Moon Knight 20. I love where this is going. I love how the last arc ended. If you guys are not reading Moon Knight, I highly recommend going to get it. Check it out.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, this is my runner-up for book of the week, Poison Ivy. This series is kicking ass, and it is doing a wonderful job. If you are not reading Poison Ivy, you definitely need to. That's going to be a book of the year. I got the B cover for that there. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I like that. This is the C cover for The Last Ronin, The Lost Years #1. Got that. That looks amazing. I love this. This is also a good series. If you're not reading that, you definitely need to. Got back into Spawn. And I have to say that the issue I came back into, 338, it was a great starter issue for me because it was full of a lot of detail, no action, and it covered a whole lot of ground. So I feel like I'm kind of caught up. But the cover is what pulled me in. And this is 338. This is the A cover. And I love it. I think it looks gorgeous. It looks way better.
David Mack?
Do what?
Is that the David Mack?
I don't know, to be honest. Yes, it is the Mac cover.
Hell yeah. That was great. There was like a series of 4 between all the Spawn titles.
Yeah, and he's got a new artist doing all the titles next month. I don't know who it is, though. I know it's in the back of the book.
I can't remember offhand, but I did a bundle of them.
Yeah, but the A cover looked better than the B cover, I thought. I was not as impressed with the B cover as I was with the A. Then we're going to go into some haul stuff I got at the shop and some stuff I got in the mail. This is G.I. Joe #8 from IDW. I think this is volume 4. I got this on cover alone. Baroness and Destro.
Awesome.
I think that looks gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. And then I found old G.I. Joe Declassified from Devil's Due Publishing. This is #2, and it's got Scarlet on the cover. Yeah, that's one I want to get graded and put up on the wall.
Definitely.
Here is my book of the week, Batman One Bad Day, Bane. This book is amazing. Love the artwork, love the story. I thought this was absolutely fantastic. And if you're not reading this, you guys definitely need to.
Is that the one Howard Porter drew?
I believe so. Yeah. Yes, that is exactly correct. Sal,
Yeah, he draws a good big muscular guy.
Yeah. Sal, here's a 1 in 25 variant that I picked up for $10 today. This is Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads #1, 1 in 25. So I was pretty happy to see that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Got another issue for Marvel Team Up. This is Spider-Man and Beast. So this is issue 124.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Gotta love the old stuff. Here is a super duper one for me. So with this issue, I now have an unbroken run of Uncanny from 247 to 544. This filled in that gap. This is Uncanny 251.
Oh, that is such a great cover.
I love this cover. It's a classic cover.
I think I don't know if it was me. I think one of us, when we did the comic character of the week, Wolverine, I think that might be one of the covers I picked for him.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Possible. Here is something I got from Atomic Avenue. This is the only book I'm disappointed in, not because of the cover, but because as soon as I looked at it, it's got a big chunk missing out of the top of it. But beyond that, I only paid $1 for it, so I'm okay with that. Web #20. This is the 25th anniversary stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just love the cover. I think it's good. This is an awesome cover. This is also from Atomic, Detective 675.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, I have that one. I've got a foil of that one too.
This is the foil.
That's the foil one?
Yep,
Nice.
this is the foil. Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'm getting that. This one here is Green Lantern number 50. This makes my second copy.
Okay. Okay. Very
So
nice.
you can never have too many of those.
Never.
This here finishes my run of Alan Moore's 1963, and this is the Tomorrow Syndicate. This is book number 6.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. And then, last but not least, my favorite artist in the entire world,
Bagley.
negative
Oh,
artist,
Bagley art?
even above him. This is Deathmate Red. That's the beautifully talented Rob Liefeld. So that
that's his
finishes.
sense of humor.
Yeah. That finishes my Deathmate run. Deathmate was a good effort, but beyond that, not so much.
I
do have-
enjoyed Deathmate, but it did spoil it when Deathmate Red came out like 6 months after like the crossover was done. The epilogue book had come out. Everyone had moved on, and then it's like
Then
6
they're
months
like,
later,
yeah.
oh yeah, here's the one that
We forgot this one, guys. This one right here that we advertised all over the place, but we never gave to you.
deadline.
Don't worry.
I
You
I
need
do
no
have-
deadlines.
I do have a secondary stack, but it's mostly just Detective and Superman and Death Blow number 2, which I
That's-
think is a cool cover.
That's such a cool cover.
Yeah, but beyond that, we'll leave that there. If we have time toward the end of the show, I'll show them. But Louis, you've got some awesome stuff. I'd love
Yes,
to
sir.
see what you have, and I know other people would too. Let's go ahead and dive right into it.
Well,
I'm slightly interested.
Sal's not
Yeah.
interested at all.
let's start off with South Stack.
Yeah,
This is the CGC shipment that just came in today. We have the Mandalorian number 3. Kathy told me to get the light, but it's not working.
no, it's working perfect.
No, you're fine. It's good.
Man,
Yeah.
okay.
9.4.
I don't see why it would get a 9.4, but it did.
It's all right.
I have a pretty good eye, and like honestly, there's nothing visual on here why it, and there's no notes, of course.
One thing I heard that they do a lot of lower grading on is the staples that do damage on the inside of the book.
Could be,
9.8. Look at that.
but there's a
That's a
Mandalorian
cool
number
cover.
1. This is
Wow.
cameo first appearance. It's first appearance of Mandalorian, and then it's cameo of Grogu.
Yeah.
You know what? Sal's got
That's
enough
great.
slabs. You can just go ahead and send that.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go through them anyway because these
I like
just
that
came
one.
in today. This is the photo variant, and honestly, it's a pretty cool selection of books that he sent in.
Wow.
Some of them came straight from us, and obviously, straight from the Diamond Box and the Bag and Board, and sent off to CGC. And then this one is one he sent in, and then we pressed for him, and it came back a 9.0.
Sal, is that the one you got from Jamie?
Yes, it is.
That's
And,
great.
you know, I went back and I watched my video, and I estimated that would be a 9 to 9.2.
Wow.
Yeah, it came
So
up 9.
pretty spot on.
And then this
Oh,
one
yeah.
is a gold foil.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Why that would get 9.6? Damn it. Oh well. Didn't say.
And then this one is the greatest mystery of all.
Yeah.
This one is a 1 in 50 variant that Sal bought from us.
Yeah.
At an
And actually,
8.5.
it's not so much of a mystery once I got it in the right light. Basically, there's a line like right here
Oh,
that you have to have in the right light to see. And so when I was evaluating it and checking it out, I apparently didn't see it. But once it came back, like I can see it now, and I know where it is. Like it's like right here.
Okay.
wow.
So I apologize for that, and we'll take care of you for it.
Oh, it's all right. No worries, brother.
No, I probably could have sent it in a better copy if I had seen it. Honestly, because we had a couple of them. It's just like I honestly just didn't see it.
Mm.
So this is my cover of the week.
What is that?
Yeah.
Fantastic Four?
The
This
Disney
is no,
The Disney.
this
the
is
Disney
amazing.
bit.
This is Amazing Spider-Man number 19. This is the Disney Fantastic Four homage variant. So let me get closer to the camera so you see it's Disney characters.
Is that number 19 or 18?
19.
19.
It's
Okay.
going to be there's going to be Disney homages on the odd books all year for Amazing Spider-Man. So I believe the next one is a Hulk #1 homage.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, check it out while you can. And if you go on the previews website, you can special order and request them from your comic book shop of choice.
There you go.
It doesn't even
Which
have
would
to
be
be
Heroes
us.
Corner.
I would like it to be, but if you got a local shop that treats you well, by all means, I'm not trying to move on their territory.
Yeah.
But if you don't have one, hey, we ship stuff and it doesn't get manhandled, and check it out. And we do awesome stuff. Like if you got in our mystery boxes that we did during January, we were advertising a grand prize book, which just came in. It's this one. It is a first appearance of Deadpool, New Mutants 98 in a CGC 9.2.
That's great.
And there are also a handful of other books that are going to be given away too. So it's basically going to be everybody that grabbed a mystery box is going to be put on the spinner wheel, and
the wheel of death.
Best of luck to you.
Now, when does that special end?
Technically, it already did.
Okay.
But if you really want to grab one, you can still get in on it because we're still waiting on a few of the mystery prize books to come in.
Well, there you go, guys. Do it while you can.
So
and you said you might
hit us
do
up on the
another
Facebook
one.
group, and we'll take care of it. And if Sal got one of the mystery boxes, he can attest it's well over $100.
Oh yeah.
And didn't you say that you might be doing another one at some point?
I think based upon how this one went, we're going to do them quarterly.
Quarterly. Okay, so that's awesome. So once every 3 months, you're going to be giving away something awesome?
Yeah, and so basically how this one went was initially it was 60 boxes, and they were $100 a box, and 25% of the proceeds of that sale will go back into the community as prize books to give away to people who grab the boxes.
That is amazing.
And so this one we hit 30. So I was like, screw it. We're gonna, cut the budget in half, and we still, came up with a 9.2 New Mutants 98.
Wow,
that's cool.
And then there's a handful of other books that I can't advertise yet because they haven't came in yet. So,
well, there you go. Well, Louis, if you don't have any other books to show, I think that might lead us into our topic for tonight.
Sure.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about that. I'd love to talk about Heroes Corner Comics specifically.
Okay.
I'd like to get some information from you on how things got started, where you're at now, and what your goals are for the future. And then we can dive into the ins and outs of local comic shops in general. All of us, how we feel about them, what we like, what we don't like, what we would love to see, and what we would love to see go away. But before we do that, Louis, once again, let people know where they can go to get books from you, where you're at on the internet, and then just go ahead and let us know how things got started, how Heroes Corner Comics was born.
All right. So mainly you can visit us at www.heroescornercomics.com, or you can visit us on Facebook at our Heroes Corner Comics Insiders group. We'll happily welcome you in. And other than that, we do Whatnot occasionally, though it hasn't been a very big focus in the past few months. And yeah, I'd say those two are the main sources to hit us up at. So how we got started. So honestly, I've been collecting comics since I was like 10 years old. It started off, I read a few of my friends. I kind of, started grabbing some ones that I could from the local grocery store when I could. At that age in the, the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, I didn't really have a whole lot of loot to spend on them. I remember scrounging up like $2 to walk down, the corner store or at the local comic shop and to buy Spawn #1. And I was hooked on that title ever since. and that's that's kind of the era I grew up in. And from there, I just kind of lived my life, got older, and then got out of comics for a little bit, and then I started seeing like these dollar packs in like the dollar stores with like 5 comics for $1, and like there are all these '90s like X-Force books and like all these stuff, like these random like image books that I used to read.
Things like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff that like it's great, and like so I grabbed those, and then like I got hooked back in, and then Civil War came out, and I was like, all right, I'm hooked on new books now. So I started reading again, and from there it kind of grew. I started filling in back issues with like eBay and stuff like that, and then like I realized, hey, like it's best if I can like buy collections off like Craigslist, where it's like I might buy like 4 or 5 long boxes at a time, and I might want like 50 books out of it, but here I can like go on this eBay and like sell the rest. And that was still like eBay was kind of new and stuff like that, and it kind of worked out. And then I discovered like Facebook and like Facebook comic groups and stuff like that, and honestly that's where I met Sal. And I gone off like all this extra stuff that I bought just to like either read, and like now I don't necessarily want in my house anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you just read a storyline and you're done with it. So it's like you don't necessarily want it anymore. So it's like if somebody else wants it for $1, all the best. You know what I mean? And it kind of grew from there. So it's like we kind of like developed all these relationships with people and stuff like that, and then like learned what people wanted, and then it kind of grew. And all of a sudden now it's like I've got enough people where it's like, well, shit, all these guys want like all this stuff after it's already been out, and it's like I'm buying it for like say $5 after you include taxes and bag and board fee and all that kind of nonsense. And like these guys are willing to pay $6 for it. It's like, well, why not get the license so I can like order this stuff wholesale and like charge these guys a discount off cover price. And that's what we started doing.
Okay. Well, what is Heroes Corner Comics now? What exactly is it? Like, what is the goal, and what are you trying to get to?
We are the punk rock of comics. We like to give the finger to all these bigger stores that like to overcharge people, because honestly, I like exclusives too. We put out our own exclusives. There's not a reason these guys need to charge $40 a pop for them. That's not like, it's ridiculous. It's gross, honestly.
Yeah, and this is something that we talked about before we went on air too. So if you could expand on that just a little bit for us.
So there's a lot of incentive for fear of missing out when it comes to exclusives and stuff like that. I think a lot of us like the art. We like the artists. We want to support those artists. And we want those guys to get work. We don't necessarily want to support these guys like overcharging people to do stuff.
Right.
But sometimes we just kind of have to, and that's just kind of how it works out. Because sometimes the aftermarket worked out how it is. We don't necessarily have control over that. But we do have control over, like, at least us as like a retailer, how I put out my stuff. So like if I have a minimum order of like 500 from Image, like when I say, if somebody else says it's like an Image book for 250, like limited to, it's like there's 250 copies that are missing in action. And so like when they want like $40 a pop for them, that means you're basically paying for them as a consumer for them to hopefully destroy books.
Okay.
Because they're like eating the cost of all the regular A covers they had to buy to get the exclusive, right?
No, you don't have to buy any A covers to get the exclusives. Like you just have to like have a Diamond account and say like, I want to do an exclusive of this book. If it's a number 1, I might have to buy 30 covers of like the A cover. So that's like,
right.
So we're getting them 50% off cover price, even as an exclusive. So like, but then we got to pay like the the plate fee, which is like $500, and like the artist fee. So that works out, per cover. So like, image is a $500 minimum. So if it's a $500 plate fee, that's a $1 per cover. Say it's a $4 cover price, so it's like that's $3 per book as a cost to us, plus the artist fee. So it's like that could vary depending on who the artist is.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say honestly, like as a retailer, I'm paying no more. The most expensive exclusive I've done has been the Glow in the Dark Animal cover or Animal Castle books, and those weren't even like an artist fee involved. That was, we had to use like their pre-approved covers, like, and just do like glow in the dark treatment on them, and they were like $8 a book.
Wow.
That's a question I have about the exclusive covers, like that, where you say the artist fee. So if you're getting, say, a Spawn book, and you like, I want to do an exclusive for Heroes Corner, how exactly does that go? I'm speaking as someone that does art myself. How does that go? Is it you go to them and say, I want to get, 200 copies with this exclusive cover? Do they give you like a list of artists or like stuff they already have done? Or do you say, hey, I've got this art, I want to get this put on a Spawn cover and I want to get 200 copies of it? Like, exactly how does that work?
It depends on the publisher, but Spawn is an Image title. So Image is 500 minimum quantity ordered per exclusive. And then it depends on if the creative team will approve it.
Okay.
Or I don't mean necessarily Spawn, but just anything like Batman, Spider-Man, whatever. If you're like, I want to get an exclusive.
Each company, Marvel, DC, Image, Valiant, all these guys have their own different criteria for what they approve. So it's not universal. So like Spawn is an Image title, and so it would go through Image, which would go through Diamond, and you would submit that request that you want to do, and exclusive cover for that, and you would submit your concept art for that. Then it would go to McFarlane, who owns Spawn, and he would either approve or deny, or give his feedback on what he wants to see from it, and it would go from there. So, but most of the time, honestly, like Spawn is off the table. But a lot of Image stuff is open for grabs, but it really depends on a creative team, and what, like, Department of Truth will approve fucking anything. Sorry.
No apologies. Go right ahead.
But like, no, for real, they have done everything, including stuff that honestly shouldn't have been approved because it was copyright banned.
Oh.
But then there were other guys like I Hate Scotty Young with I Hate Fairland that we submitted a concept art for. I won't mention the artist, but it was rejected.
Oh, okay.
So for like that recent I Hate Fairland reboot series, or not like a reboot, but like sequel series, we submitted a #1 concept cover for that we're going to split with another store, and it got rejected.
So you could theoretically end up paying an artist to do a cover and then just have it be rejected and be like, well, I've got this now for...
That's kind of what we work out with the artists, is it's payment is based on acceptance.
Okay. So if the cover doesn't get accepted, then you don't make a payment for that exclusive cover.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, that's cool. Sal, you got any questions so far?
I would
I'm good.
I'd also like to say, like, one thing that
go ahead.
We do differently is we tend to offer the artist a lot more
creative
copies.
Oh, okay.
Well, not just creative control, but like comp copies. So a lot of artists don't even get like covers. Like, so when they get like the actual printed copy in, like, the stores don't even give them covers. We tend to give our people at least like 30 copies.
See, that's a good incentive, and honestly, that's something that you shouldn't have to do. The company should give them those covers to begin with.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, like I said, I would speak for myself as an artist that if I was like, hey, I've got my, if it's, I guess it's different if you're someone like, Clayton Crane, like, yeah, his stuff's everywhere. But like, if you're someone small like me, it's like, hey, I've got a book that, a legit published book that my cover, I have the cover on. I'd want copies to give out, even not to sell, like to give out to family and stuff. So yeah, that would kind of suck if some of these places were like, oh, you want a copy? Come buy it.
No, honestly, like from what we've talked with people about, it seems like it's ridiculous, and like a lot of these guys like seem to be stingy.
So I got a question then. Do they give you in advance like a set of rules like you got to follow? Like say, oh, you can't have any nudity, you can't have any, things like that. It's just like, oh, just submit your work. No, we hate it, or no, we're denying.
Pretty much,
it, yeah. Do they give you a reason when they deny it?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Like CGC with grader notes and no grader.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like actually, if you followed us on like Facebook, like you've seen me kind of bitch a little bit because like I've gotten a whole bunch of like 9.2s and like 9.4s, and there's no notes, and I don't see a damn thing wrong with these books.
Yeah, I had an Ultimate Fallout 4 that was graded 9.8. The case cracked, like something fell on it, and the case broke, but the book was still inside, unaffected, still in that plastic sleeve in there. So I sent it to get slabbed again. Came back as a 9.4. I was like, how does it drop from a 9.8 to a 9.4 when absolutely nothing changed on it?
Yeah,
exactly. We damaged it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either the guy that graded the first time was in a happy mood, or the guy that graded it the second time was in a bad mood. Like, I don't know.
If you followed us on like the store page at all, you've probably seen this one Stray Dogs cover I've had. It was one of our Stray Dogs Gorgon Demir exclusives, and we sent it in to be graded, and it came back 9.2 because I had a crumpled upper left right corner. I wish I still had it, but I sent it away to somebody because I was tired of looking at it. But like, I swear to God, they dropped it because, like, honestly, I had the run. I sent in every book picked. Do you think I would honestly send in a book with this crumpled, obvious corner? Like, they dropped it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about
but
that.
it seems to me like with things like that take place at CGC or CBCS or anything like that, there's no real quality control. Because what are they going to do if they drop an amazing 129 or a Stray Dogs #1 and the corner bends? What do they do?
I think you have to grade it as it is, but like honestly, you could at least comp me the cost of it.
The difference, on what it would have been. But then again, what does CGC say? They say they cannot guarantee increase in price or something like that because of grades of books.
Yeah, but you can guarantee you don't drop it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I mean, they're supposed to be professionals.
You know what I mean?
It's not that hard. It's not that hard to handle a comic properly. Like,
No.
you're not like, going to the gym and lifting 500 pounds.
Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, if you drop it and like damage it, let me know. And like, let me know about it. If it's a 129 Amazing Spider-Man, I might just like take the hit.
Yeah.
And just like, we'll work it out. Maybe I get a free grading fee on it.
Or let him try and press it out or something.
If it's like my Stray Dogs exclusive, where it's like, honestly, I've got several more I could send in to replace it to get a 9.8. Like, just don't charge me for it and send it back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I will give that away to somebody rather than like have this graded book with a dinged up corner that like nobody wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I had
Louis,
that-
let's. Oh,
sorry.
go ahead, Sal. Go ahead.
So no, I was just going to kind of echo the comments. I had that Amazing Spider-Man, that I sent off for signature for J. Scott Campbell. It was a 9.8.
Yeah.
When I sent it off and it came back, it's all of a sudden now it's a 9.6.
Well, from what I understand, artists aren't exactly very careful with the
Yeah,
books
it
that they
probably
handle,
gave it
too.
the signature of
Yeah.
death.
That just means
I
an
have
app
heard that McFarlane handles the books pretty roughly.
Handles
Yeah.
them like hot toast out of a toaster.
somebody had a hot.
Yeah. Louis, let's talk the future of Heroes Corner Comics. So what is the ultimate goal? What is it that you're trying to do with the website? And I know you just now put out the Codex bundle, which is highly appreciated, super exciting. And you've also got the previews thing up there too for people to do pull lists and things like that.
So right now, we're trying to focus on growth and growing our subscriber list. and follow people who want books to read and like enjoy. And like if you want variants and stuff like that, I want you to like hit up Previews Pull List where you can like grab stuff a couple months in advance, get it at 25% off cover price, and like enjoy your copy. If it goes up in price and like goes up in value, all the better. But like, who cares? Enjoy comics.
Yeah,
exactly. So what it seems to me like is like you're genuinely looking out for the reader, the person that wants to get comics, that wants to collect, and that doesn't necessarily care about value per se, but more about like personal collection. Is that like the goal? Is that what you're aiming
I am
towards?
happy to serve both.
Okay.
Like I am offering a service where like our books are not touched by the general public. They come in straight from the distributor. If they are more damaged than I think should go out, I will claim them as damaged and hopefully get replacements.
Now, do you have a brick and mortar store, or are you
No.
internet exclusive?
We do internet exclusive. We have our website. But we do live shows. Anytime there's a kind of regional show, we will try to do that.
Okay.
But we do not have like a brick and mortar store where people can just come in and like thumb through books.
Right.
Any plans to at some point?
I have to weed out the savages.
Have to keep the Sals and Dans at home. I understand.
What's this book here?
Do you have any plans to maybe expand those?
I've seen how our brick and mortar stores here in the region operate, and I want to give a shout out to Mayhem Comics and Collectibles right up the street from me here in West Des Moines, and they are awesome.
Nice.
Is not so much, so don't visit them. They suck.
Dan, what was your question? Go ahead.
No, for sure.
I was saying, do you have any either plans or or any potential to at some point have a storefront?
I think eventually that is in the works, but right now in our other careers, Kathy and I are honestly doing pretty well. And so like who knows what the future brings and where that takes us. And so right now I don't want to be tied down with a brick and mortar where I might have to like expand other stuff I don't necessarily want to focus on or care about.
Fair enough.
In order to support it. So like right now, like what I think I do and what I think I offer is pretty cool to the people who take a part of it. And as long as it at least pays for itself, I'm kind of cool with that.
Nice. So as long as you break even, you're very happy continuing to do what you do, as long as there's growth in the future.
100%. Like,
nice.
I'm looking forward to hiring an employee. Other than just my wife.
I'll take a second job. No, Dan, I raised my hand first. You put your hand down.
I'm regionally closer to him.
That doesn't matter. It's the age of the internet. We're all regionally close.
I'm not paying for the commute, so you know what I mean?
There you
How's
go.
your health benefits?
I have good Wi-Fi. I'm up at early in the morning and I'll go to bed late. I drink 2 cups of coffee and that's it.
Hey, if we can get to that, that'd be awesome.
Right on.
I would love to franchise out.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about LCSs in general.
Sure.
I think we got a pretty good understanding of Heroes Corner Comics. Guys, if this is a place that you want to go to look for books, by all means, it's right there in the chat. The website is there, heroescornercomics.com. Wonderful place to go. Jamie orders from there. Sal does. Dan, I believe you do too. I'm going to here soon, so you guys need to as well. But let's talk LCS. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say right up there at the top, if you go to the website, there is a link to the Previews Pull Box service where it can link you to us, and you can go through and see what's available to pre-order, and you can send us a request, and we'll say, hey, 25% off cover price, bro. And like you can be like, cool, and then like we'll order it.
There you go.
I think I may set something up for some of these new books that DC is going to be putting out.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got DC, we got Image, we got Marvel, we got everybody.
Well, let's talk LCSs. Let's see what we like about LCSs between all of us. And Sal, I'm going to let you take that away first. And I'd also like to talk about some of the things that we could care less about too. Sal, why don't you go ahead and take that away?
Sure. I like going to my LCS, but one because you meet some good people there, like Dan. Dan and I go to the same shop.
Yeah.
We always sync up and say, hey, what day are you going to go to the shop this week? And we, make the plan to go together. And, we sit there, we chat for about, 15, 20 minutes,
Yeah.
sometimes a half an hour. And we even chat with the store owner and the store guy about stuff too. And that's pretty cool. And I like that. And
Getting to see
even
John
though-
get out the stink eye.
yeah, I know. He's got no sense of humor, man. I'm like joking with him. He's like ready to go. Get out. Let's get out. Let's go. Just
Sal,
go.
it is time, bud.
Like, dude, come on. Just laugh a little. It's all right, whatever. But I like walking around the shop and just looking at all the covers and seeing if anything like pops out, because like that Ronin book, that book 2 Ronin book, that popped out on me and I grabbed it off the shelf and bought it. So, yep. And look at that. There's a She-Hulk
cool.
one right there. I'm gonna have to order that one, buddy. I gotta order
This
that
is a little gold book.
I
little
see
gold book.
that right. Hold on,
Yeah.
hold that right there, Louis. I
that a
want
kid's
people
book?
to see that.
Yeah, they have some of those in the corner of our
one. Yeah.
of the shop we go to, like the front.
Look at
corner.
that. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have 4 of these.
Yeah. But I like going to the shop and like looking around and going through and chatting with people, stuff like that. There you go. Look at that.
Ooh.
That's a nice one. That's number 36, though, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
That is
9/11.
the 9/11
Tower was-
tribute issue.
Yeah. So that's what some of the things I got. What about you, Dan? What do you like?
Yeah, I like the same thing. I like kind of going around and looking at stuff. Our shop doesn't really have back issues. They have a couple dollar bins that are in the back of the store, but they don't. It's a small shop, so they don't really have room for a lot of other stuff. But I like whenever I'm traveling somewhere, I like to go. All right, what's the closest comic shop I can, here, and I can go and just look at how they have their store set up. Nice. Look at how they have their store set up, what their
Yeah.
back issues are, kind of dig through stuff, see if you can find that hidden gem. There's some stores that have stuff priced really well, and there's some stores that have stuff priced at a
Chicken Devils. What the hell is that?
they have, some stores that have stuff priced in a way.
I'm
that makes-
listening, Dan,
Yeah,
but I just see Louis throw these things out in the corner. I'm like, what in the heck is he showing?
Yeah, I've seen that
I
too,
like-
Dan, when things are too expensive.
I like going there, and I like getting to talk to the people. Like some of the, all the 3 guys that work at the shop that me and Sal go to. I've, gotten friendly with them, so I'll chit chat with all of them, whoever's there. Meeting guys like Sal or others there, because outside of the podcast and the shop, like I don't really get to talk with comics.
Yeah.
With anyone.
Exactly.
Very, very rarely do I. And it's nice being able to go in there and chit chat about the books, the shows, the movies, whatever's happening.
Night of the Ghoul.
But I don't know. What do you like, Tim? Now that you're back in the game,
Well,
Back in
what
the
I
game.
what I love about local comic shops is community. I love a shop owner that recognizes. Look at that, Louis.
that
Look at
Vanish?
look at
Is
that.
that a Vanish? I was going to say it was upside down, wasn't it?
That's amazing.
that is a Vanish. Nice.
But I like a shop where the
That's
owner or whoever's
Limited
behind,
one for Tor Foil.
yeah, whoever's behind the counter
I'd steal
recognizes
those.
when
Yeah.
you come in. They don't have to know your
I'm the
name.
best customer.
There you go. But they're always like, "Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you again."
Yeah.
And they're not afraid to engage in conversation. They don't treat you like you're a burden in their store, or they don't blatantly ignore you. I've been to shops like that where I've had pull lists, I've had 15, 20 books on my pulls. I'm never the customer that says, "Do you know how much money I spend here?" I've never said that, but it makes me feel less wanted to be in there when I walk in and say, "Hey man, how's it going?" And they're like, "Oh, hey, here's your pulls." And there's nobody in the store, and I'm standing there talking to them, and they're looking down, they're doing everything else except engaging with me. And I'm not picky, I'm not hard to please, but talk to me. If you don't want to talk to me, say, "Hey Tim, it's a busy day today, man, I got a lot of stuff going on." Okay, cool, I'm gonna look around, I'm gonna shop. But if you're gonna just blatantly ignore me or leave half of my polls out and then tell me when I say, hey, I'm missing Spider-Man number 18 or whatever. Oh, yeah, it's on the rack. Well, why is it not in my pull box
Yeah.
where
Mhm.
it's supposed to be? Oh, well, just go grab it. No, I'll take my business elsewhere. If I don't feel like I'm wanted, then I'll go somewhere else. And that was the problem with the old shop that I went to. And the new shop that I'm at, which is 20 minutes away, it's closer. It's called My Guys Comics. They're in Clinton, Tennessee. The guy that is one of the co-owners, his name's Garen. Wonderful dude. Him and I have been talking and engaging since I walked through the door. And he talks to my kids when I bring them in there, and he never treats me like I am taking up space from other customers. He treats me like I'm a person, and that's all I want. And we talk comics, we talk shop. He's got Star Trek playing on the TV in the background. And he'll always be like, Tim, come over here. Check out this. Look at this. Here's some new stuff I got. Here's this. Here's your polls. What do you want from your polls today? Oh, okay. Here, I'll take these. Can these sit back? Yeah, sure. No problem.
Yeah.
Wonderful guy.
Yeah.
And he bags and boards everything too and doesn't charge me extra
Well,
for it.
ours. It is nice though, like you said, that when it's nice that when I walk in the door and like they just I've been going there long enough, they see me, by the time I'm up to the counter, unless they're working with a customer, they go in the back, just grab my polls and go like, here you go, like come around, here you go.
I've been in.
Oh, I'm here for my polls. This is my name. It's like, hey, here you go. They know who you are and they just hand them to you.
I've been in this store 3 times now. Garen and I are on a first name basis, and as soon as I walk through the door, it's not, hey, here's your polls. It's, hey Tim, how you doing? How's it going? How's your week been? It's great, been great, Garen. I'm how you doing? Oh, it's good. It's chit chat for 2 minutes. He's like, do you want your polls? Yeah, sure. And I love it. I love this store. It's a great store. It's a smaller store, but they've got a lot of awesome stuff and it's got a lot of heart. And that's what I support the most. And that he bags and boards things. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, with the amount of money I'm having to spend on bags and boards now, I would definitely like to get them for free.
Well, Louis, what about you, man? What do you like about local comic shops, and what is it that you dislike about it?
Well, I like the community involvement of it, and I love local comic shop day. I love visiting my friends over at Mayhem Comics and Collectibles, Katie Manchester and Nate Gray. They run a great shop here in Windsor Heights, Iowa, and I'm happy to recommend them, even though we're kind of technically competition. But that's fine. I like visiting them, and like honestly, they were my go-to guys before we kind of branched out. Honestly, like there were just some discrepancies, and it's mostly just due to how comic shops handle ordering. And some places they don't necessarily pre-orders. They don't necessarily want to handle for people like where I was at that time, where I was kind of specking on some books. So it's like I might want 20 copies of what was that first appearance of Weapon X or Weapon H? It was like Immortal Hulk.
Immortal. No,
it was like Immortal Hulk number 10 or something.
The Totally Awesome Hulk 21.
Yeah.
Totally Awesome
Hulk
21 or 22.
So before final order cutoff, my shop was like, this is before I had my own accounts and stuff like that, and like I was still going through these guys, and they went through Comixology to order, and so I increased my order to like 25 copies of that book. So like I was expecting that. Basically, like a lot of people after final order cutoff decided they wanted that book too. So my local comic shop decided, hey, even though you ordered 25, we're going to limit you to 3.
Whoa.
Thankfully, they were like, because we needed to make sure that like enough people got them. And it's like, I kind of get it, because I kind of did something similar this week with with this book right here. Because Diamond, I ordered 45 copies of, but I actually received like 23 copies of. So I had to tell people 1 per person, and the extras I had, wanted as a store, I had to say, just, I'm not going to get. and that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But thankfully, only 3 people won't get one. But it kind of works out, so it is what it is.
I mean, and as a shop owner, what do you do when you've got 3 customers that wanted it that aren't going to get it? What do you do in place of that?
I'm not too mad at them, because I mean, like, for what happened with me, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, I do get it.
Yeah.
But it happens very, very infrequently. But I don't know. It kind of is what it is.
Fair enough. So go on. What is it that you like about local comic shops, and what are things that you disagree with?
So, what I like about them is they're there. They're physically there. You can just go visit them. You can go see, check out stuff, see what they have.
Mhm.
If you're looking for your back issues, you can go dig through their back issues. It's a good place that people can go to sell their issues. You might not get the best money for them when you're trading them, because I mean, they're a business. They have to invest their money into it, and it's not like they're gonna sell them overnight.
Right.
So it's not like they're gonna sell them the same day and make their money back. That could be like a multi-year investment, to get rid of some of those books, if you even get rid of some of those books. So it's like sometimes I get why they do it. It's just, it sucks as somebody who has the books and as a collector to realize, hey, I've got these, maybe 10 key books, these 200 I'm going to trade in, and you guys are going to give me basically the price of what these 10 books are going for, and all these other ones, I'm just giving you.
Yeah.
But
I'm not a big fan of that. When you know what you have, here's an example. A comic shop in Knoxville was selling a Gambit, first appearance of Gambit, X-Men 266 for 200. I offered $120 over fair market value for that book. I offered some slabs and some minor keys and things like that, coming up to $320.
Sure.
And they told me, they were like, that is nowhere near enough. That is less than half of what this book is worth. And we need twice as much from you in order to just make our money. I was like, that's ridiculous. I said, I'm not going to give you $600 worth of books for that. That's crazy. I'm offering you 120 over fair market. I get that they need to make money. I get that, but that's highway robbery at that time.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying too. I don't like when you see the way some of these shops have stuff priced. It's like, do you want to sell this, or do you just have it here to say
1,000%? Which is why those guys, we do have a couple. Okay, here in Des Moines, we have Jay's CD and Hobby, which has 3 different stores across town that have comics and all that. 2 of them have more high-end books than other. The third one's kind of in the dirt mall from Clerks or Mallrats, and no
comic books,
one of them is like that, but they have 3 locations. Mayhem, they are more like the top tier. They're more fair in the pricing. I have nothing bad to say about them other than they kind of screwed me on some stuff on my pull list.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's long water under the bridge. I'll take care of that myself now.
There you go.
All good. And so it's anymore, if they are looking for something, I have no problem hooking them up and giving them at a better price and whatever, and then it's kind of reciprocal. It works out. Anyway, that's a whole different.
Right. But you get the idea. I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Dan and Sal, both of you do too. When you offer that much over fair market value for anything,
100%. Some of these are ridiculous. The first place I mentioned, they were just recently having a 40% off sale, and so I was like, all right, I'll go check it out. But it's they have the Web of Spider-Man that was part of the Kraven's Last Hunt for $40.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, bro. That's a $10 book and you've got it for $40, like even 40% off, like I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go ahead and get some final thoughts here, gentlemen. We're running upwards of an hour and a half, and I want to go ahead and end this on a great note. So, Dan, final thoughts on LCSs, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Why do you go to them?
I mean, I go to get comics because one thing that's great too
aside from the obvious,
but one thing that's great too is it's like I used to love going to Blockbuster. Oh, nice. I used to love going to the video store. Yeah, and you know now they don't have them anymore. No. You can do Netflix and Hulu and all that. Nice.
That's a yellow label too, there, guys.
But there's something different about being able to go there and see the stuff in person and pick it up off the shelf. And you know, how many times have you gone to a shop and you've looked at what's on the shelf and you've just picked something up and go like, "Oh, this is cool," and flipped through it and decided to get it. That if you hadn't gone to the shop in person, if you were, you wouldn't have gotten it. And you discovered you discover some cool new books, and that's happened to me so much, especially with indie stuff. So that's what I really like. And like we 100%. Said, the engagement that you get from being able to talk to the other customers, being able to talk to the people that work there. Some of the price gouging that not at the shop. I don't feel like it's at the shop that we go to, but
right.
Me and Sal, but I've seen some shops where, like I said, they just have stuff priced outrageously that like, I don't feel like you're really trying to sell this. You just have this there.
Yeah. But like a showpiece.
For clout or something. I don't know, but I don't really like that. And sometimes you see some of these shops that really try and kind of push stuff on you, not necessarily because they think that you'll like it, but because they're like, "Oh, I can get this sale." And there's a difference between a shop recommending to you, because one of the guys at our shop has recommended stuff to me a lot when I've like really liked it. But there's a difference between recommending something to somebody because you think they'll like it and recommending something to somebody and making them have that, like what we talked about earlier, like that fear of missing out. Like, oh, you better get this, and kind of trying that way. But
Louis, down in front, you had a question. Go ahead.
I will say I wanted to agree 1,000%. I have taken books to shows just to bring people to the table. This one time I brought a Silver Surfer number 4 it's the classic cover with like Thor. And it was graded, I want to say a 6.0. And at the time I put like a ridiculous price of $1,400 on it.
Did it sell?
It did.
Wow.
For the full $1,400.
That's amazing.
Because I wouldn't sell it. And then I went literally the next day to buy Kathy another version of it because honestly it was her book. And I was in so much trouble because I sold it.
This is recorded, will be archived on YouTube for future use.
And I did get another version of it, but it wasn't as high of a grade, and I had to pay more than it was. I should have.
Wow. So, Louis, give us your final thoughts, man, on the whole process with today, with tonight being on the show.
I love
running.
I love local comic shops. Go visit them. Go support them, especially the ones that treat you well. And if they don't treat you well, find one that will, because there are plenty that will. And we are out there. This is the age of the internet. We're all just a web click away, and hey, everything's cool. And I just want to share one more book from my personal collection.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Oh, nice.
And
what
honestly,
is great on that?
The only reason this has a 4.0 is take a look at that right there.
I can't see through the glare. What is it?
Center. Give me one
what
second.
What do you see on the Punisher?
Right
is
there.
It colored in?
Yes. Somebody colored it in the Punisher. If they had not done that, this is like a solid 8.0 book.
Oh
man.
But God. I got it. I scored it pre-COVID.
Wow. Good for you.
Nice.
And it's for the PC, so it's not for sale. So it's just my own personal score.
I'll give you $1 for it. I'll give you $1 for it.
That I used to have.
Price right, $2.
No, sir.
Sal, give us your final thoughts, bud. Local comic shops.
Well, I gotta echo what everybody said. They're great to go to, especially you got one that treats you well. Go to them, support them. If they're not treating you well, you can always find another shop. I do like the online thing, and I do like the previews thing because I feel like that's expanded my palette to see the variants because I really like some of the variants. So the previews online gives me the option of seeing these variants before they've been passed and now they're double or triple in price type of thing. So I like that.
I'd like to add another thing I like about preview is it gives you a description of the new books coming out. For me, I like to read books. I know that's strange these days with all the variants and all that bullshit going on. And I mean, I love the art and stuff too, but I actually like to read books. And as I become older, I've kind of grown out of like the superhero stuff. I mean, I love my Spidey, I love my Ghost Rider and stuff like that, and love my Spawn. But I like a lot of this indie horror stuff, like these like real life kind of stuff, like Nice House on the Lake that DZ put out by like Tinian, and like Something Is Killing the Children is an awesome series, and like the House of Slaughter tie-in, and like all this other stuff that just like, I don't know, man. Like as a kid, I don't know if I necessarily appreciate it, but as an adult, I do, and like I think
because all them writers and artists were kids when we were growing up, and now they're writing books for us.
And why it's like I love the variants and stuff like that too, and like all the art and stuff like that too. But it's like I love the stories, so it's like that's what gets me in and what wants me to do stuff. Like I don't know if any of you guys have read like Homestead, like that was like it's a punk rock horror story that takes place in the 90s with like all this just stuff, and it's fucking awesome, and like it was just right up my alley, and so I had to do a couple covers for it, and we did. So we homaged the Blinds for the Answer Freedom and like Green Day's Kerplunk albums, and I don't know, man. I just if you guys haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it.
What's the name of it again?
Homesick Pilots. It was like a 15-issue run from Image.
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
It didn't really ever like catch on with like the mainstream, but honestly, it was a really great read.
So Tim's writing it down right now.
I absolutely am because I'm going to go find it.
I think I got the first couple issues of that.
Well, let me go ahead.
Each issue.
Well, let me go ahead and give my final thoughts on LCSs. I love them. I think that everybody needs to find the right one for them in their community and support them. They need all the support that we can give them. If it's a good shop to you, then be a good customer to them. Set up your polls, buy the back issues, bring in stuff to trade, et cetera, and talk to the guys. Talk to the customers that come in there. Have conversation. Bring your kids. Show your kids why you sneak out of the house at 12 noon and don't come back for 3 hours. Show them what you're doing and show them all these cool things. Don't pressure them. Ask them what they like and show them what you like. If you've got problems with your LCSs, be professional but vocal about it and let them know the things that you don't like. Hopefully that 100%. Is enough to cause change. Absolutely. And if they refuse to change or if they treat you less than the person that you deserve to be treated like, go find another shop like Heroes Corner Comics. Like he said, we're in the age of the internet. Exactly. Yeah, we're in the age of the internet, guys. We're a click away. And there's always a place that will respect you and treat you the way you need to be treated. And with that being said, I think that's a perfect spot to close this wonderful program and take us into the after party that you fans will not see because it's going to be not recorded.
It's exclusive.
Exactly. But before we get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, Dan, you do awesome things on the internet. Speaking of that, what would that be and where can people find you?
You can check me out on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. You can search hashtag Dan Kelly Art. Make sure that's Kelly with an EY. Like Sal said, commissions are open. I don't think that you will find commissions at a cheaper price than me. So give me some money so that I can spend it at Heroes Corner Comics. You will get things like this Thor that I put up a while ago with, Yep, I even got Throg in there too.
Oh,
Nice.
that's amazing.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I post art and music at least 3 times a week, and post original characters that I create. And I'm always looking for people to leave comments and let me know what they want to see me draw. So check it out, like, share, subscribe. When I hit 500 followers, I will give somebody a free commission of their choice. So
There you go.
come check it out.
Sal, you do awesome stuff on the internet when you're not doing it with Codex. What do you do, and where can people find you?
Okay, you can find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner, as Dan's got up right now, and also under Instagram, the Slab Guy 77. And I do unboxing videos and box up videos, and I do
And
some
knife
stuff about my
safety.
slabs. And we always have knife safety rules that are in effect. As soon as I pop that knife out, knife safety rules.
He's even got a graphic for it now.
It's
It's
beautiful.
awesome. I love doing that. That's great. So
Uh,
JB steals the painter tape. Tim has the knife safety rules. So
There you go. I want to thank our special guest tonight, Louis from Heroes Corner Comics. Louis,
Damn.
once again, let people know where they can go to get awesome comic books from you, and what the website is, and anywhere else you are on social media.
All right, www.heroescornercomics.com is our main place you can find us. And on that site, you will find our Codex bundle, as well as a link to join our previews pull list, which will link you to our store. And you can submit your request for like either subscriptions or like just one-off stuff. Also, if you're on Facebook, there is the Heroes Corner Comics Insiders group, which we're pretty, welcoming. And also on OnlyFans at Heroes Corner Comics.
The only fans anybody needs is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Naked and raw comic books, no bags, no boards.
no bags, no boards, no pants.
I'm paying for that. That's my subscription right there.
We'll show you the real chicken devil.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm in 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget you can find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us. If you like long form content like what you watched tonight, don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, or follow button on YouTube, Twitch, or wherever you are watching this program right now, live streaming direct into your brain. It lets the YouTube gods and the Twitch demigods know that we deserve to be shown to more people just like you. Our subscriber count is climbing on YouTube. We need to hit 1,000. Guys, we are not that far away from there. Please go ahead and share us with your friends and help us reach that awesome goal. I believe we're at 55 right now on Twitch, and we need that number to get higher too. So if you're watching and you haven't hit the follow button, it's free. It's easy to do. Takes one click and you're all done. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim. The guy over here on either side of me is the beautifully talented and multi-inspirational Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is the man in front of comic books, but over top of paper and pencil, Dan Kelly Art. And right next to him is the man in the sub-basement of Heroes Corner Comics, Louis himself. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Codex Station.
The compulsive masturbator.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Codex Station. This is After Dark, and we will see you next time.